Good morning, students. In today's lecture, we will discuss next topic, that is significance of the title of the essay El Dorado, written by R. L. Stevenson. I repeat the topic of discussion today: significance of the title of the essay El Dorado by R. L. Stevenson. This is image of the writer R. L. Stevenson. Before beginning with the discussion of the essay or the important question, I would like to give you brief introduction to the writer. So let's have a look over the brief introduction to the writer R. L. Stevenson. Robert Louis Stevenson, 1854 to 1894, was a man of versatile genius. Means he was a very dynamic personality because he has written novels, essays, poetry, short stories, and he's also a critic. He could make his mark in every field, though it is a principally as a novelist in the romantic form and as an essayist that he is best remembered. So the writer is known or he's famous as a novelist in the romantic form and as an essayist. His fame mostly rests on his essays like which are contained in Familiar Studies of Men and Books, Travels with a Donkey, and the familiar essays of Stevenson are books that have influenced me: Pan's Pipe, Child's Play, Beggars, An Apology for Idlers, Christmas Sermons, From a College Window, etc. The better known works by R.L. Stevenson are Treasure Island, The Strange Case of Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and Kidnapped. So, all these are famous works by R.L. Stevenson. Let's now begin with the discussion of today's topic. Discuss the significance of the title El Dorado. This essay, El Dorado, this title is taken from Spanish title, which refers to the imaginary land of gold, and it symbolically stands for unattainable. So this title has been taken from Spanish language, which means imaginary land of gold. It also means symbolically something that stands for unattainable. Unattainable means that cannot be achieved. But according to R.L. Stevenson, even the unattainable can be attained and the unexplorable can be explored if a person desires to do so. But the writer says that if a person has a desire to achieve something, then a thing which is very difficult to achieve or which cannot be achieved, even that thing is possible to be achieved by a hardworking person. There is always a new horizon for the onward looking man. The writer says that if a person is hardworking or forward looking, then he has a new scope everywhere. According to the writer, to be truly happy is a question of how a person begins. If a person wants to be happy, he has to do a very good beginning of that work. His good beginning helps him to achieve his good results and lot of achieving and for achieving a desired goal. If a person has a good beginning for any work, then he can achieve his good results and achieve a desired goal. The writer enunciates the philosophy of hard work and honest work. So the writer says that if a person wants to achieve anything, he or she has to be hard and honestly working. He expounds his gospel of unending endeavor for the attainment of ever expanding joys. Ever expanding means eternal joys. If a person wants to achieve joys forever, then he has to do unending endeavors. Unending means which can never come to an end. Endeavor means effort. So the writer says that if a person wants to achieve joys forever, then he has to be very hardworking. He has to do efforts. He feels that the state where man can no longer look forward to any new achievement cannot be the state of real happiness. The writer says that if a person doesn't want to look forward or doesn't want to move forward, then his situation cannot be of real happiness. True joy lies in the labor, and travel hopefully is better than to arrive. The writer says that true joy lies in labor. Labor means hard work. The writer says that if a person works very hard, then the goal is also very good, and he becomes happy by achieving his or her goal. So he says that to travel hopefully is better than to arrive. That if there is a hope in the traveler's mind or heart, then his traveling is very good. Therefore, a person should go on struggling if he has achieved his end. He should invite more adventures, failing which his life will become static. So the writer says that if a person wants to achieve his end or his desired point, then he has to do struggle, uh, or he has to move on. Otherwise, his life will be static. Static means it will stop on something. R.L. Stevenson feels that in the infinite universe there is a room for man's swiftest diligence. Writer says that if a person he works anything with diligence, diligence means hard work. If a person is hardworking, then he can achieve anything. With the eyes of desire and curiosity, he can conceive more new things in his imagination and give them a concrete shape. If a person has the desire and curiosity in his or her mind to achieve anything new, then his life can be very beautiful. It is in virtue of his own desires and curiosities that he continues to exist with even patience, that he is charmed by the look of things and people, and that he wakes up every morning with a renewed appetite for work and pleasure. So, if a person has desires and curiosities in his or her mind, then he can continue his life with patience. He can live his life with patience. If a person is charmed, charmed means attracted. If a person is attracted by the beautiful looks of things and beautiful looks of people, and if a person wakes every morning with the renewed appetite, appetite in Punjabi means book, and the appetite here means the desire to do something. If a person wakes up every morning with a new desire for work and pleasure, then his life can be very beautiful. It is true that we may not reach the goal. It is even more probable that there is no such place. But what matters is our approach, our undying spirit to achieve the goal. The writer says that there is possibility in the fact that we may not achieve our goal sometimes, but what matters is that we should continue to try to achieve that goal forever. Trying hopefully is more important than achieving. So that it's more important to try for something than achieving it, and this must become the past and part and parcel of every human being. So every human being must consider that he or she must have to do hard work to achieve something. The following lines sum up the theme of El Dorado. So the writer ends his essay with the lines which are very important to note, which are very inspiring lines. How dull it is to pause, to make an end, to rust unburnished, not to shine in use. In these lines, the writer says that how dull it is to pause, to make an end. The writer says that if a person stops working to achieve his or her goal, then his life becomes dull and uninteresting. To rust unburnished, not to shine in use. If a person stops working, stops doing hard work, then his life becomes something which is rusted. Rust means jangal lag jana. With to rust unburnished, not to shine in use. Unburnished here means not made, something which is not made shiny. So if a person stops working, his life is like something which is covered with rust. So the writer in this essay gives a message, gives a lesson, teaches a lesson to the readers that we should always try our best to achieve something, and if we do not try to achieve something, then our life becomes dull and uninteresting. So this is the discussion of this very important topic, significance of the title of the essay El Dorado by R.L. Stevenson. So students, this is very important, try to learn this question. So today we have completed this topic. Tomorrow we will continue with our next lecture on some next topic. Thank you very much.